What's good, everybody? It's your boy DJ Fats coming at y'all with a brand new episode of Please Excuse My Ignorance. I would like to start this episode off on paying respects to a young black man, age 15 years old. He was mowed down by the police as a suspect in a case, and they wound up killing the wrong person that they was looking for. His name is Isaiah Tyree Williams, and um, this podcast is, mostly about me figuring out life and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, we come with the jokes. Yeah, we're gonna have topics that are in pop culture and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like stuff like this should be front page news. And the fact that it happened 2 weeks ago and I'm just now finding about this today kind of upsets me, and also made me check myself, because I had to assess what type of information am I seeking out, what type of information am I being intentional in wanting to know, and that kind of stuff. And this was one of those situations where I was like, damn, like this could be like one of my like little cousins or one of my nieces and nephews or one of my the fact that he was mistaken for a particular person. And I literally just found this out like an hour ago when I was preparing and setting up my room for the show and all this kind of stuff, so I didn't dive deep into it. But what I know about the story is there was a homicide that happened last year in November 2021, and the police had got a tip that the dude who was involved in the homicide, which I believe was a 23-year-old they were looking for, lived at the address that the 15-year-old was staying in. And when I watched the little press conference of the police, I guess he was the police chief talking about the situation, he, number one, instead of finding another picture of this young man, the one that they killed, the 15-year-old boy, they had his mug shot up at the press conference. Like, and I feel like that is something that's been happening to us for shit forever, really, honestly, at this point. But here lately, you know how social media tries to like switch the subject and tie all the negative things into this person, almost as if when they make a mistake, they still saying, well, I mean, he still kind of deserved to die at the end of the day, because he was still like that type of shit. And I've seen a lot of people in the comments was like, well, why was he shooting at the police, and why was this and this and that? And you got to understand this situation. It was in the middle of the night. I'm assuming, like I said, I haven't read through the full case, but it looks like I know for a fact it's at night. They are like barricade themselves into this young man's house, and he is on the couch sleep. Now, even if the police are outside, it's the police, it's the police, it's the police. Like, sometimes if you deep in your sleep, you don't hear that shit, and you get woken up to somebody's banging at your door. And a lot of people's like, well, why was his first reaction was to shoot? Like, in communities where I come from and where a lot of these people come from and where these young men come from, because like by the look of the apartments, it was like, in an urban community. And I don't like that word urban. Urban is a new way to say fucking black or ghetto or this type of shit. But it was in a lower income black community, and I'm assuming like an inner city and wherever it was. And certain people are equipped to handle certain situations differently. Like, like me, like I said, like I told y'all, I'm a nigga who from the hood, but I'm green. Like, I'm real green. I'm a civilian. But some of these niggas have to get out there and get it and have to live a certain way to where if somebody is breaking into your house in the middle of the night, nigga, your first response is to defend yourself. Nigga, like me, my first response is to, nigga, get my ass in the closet and hold my motherfucking breath and hope a nigga don't hurt. Like, but this nigga was like, oh, nigga, stand my ground. Like, motherfucker break into my house, pull out the Glock, pow, 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 whoever coming in this house. So, to his understanding, he probably ain't knowing that it's the fucking police coming into his house. He thinking it's a home invasion. Niggas break in niggas' house every day in the hood. This nigga don't know what the hell going on. So, his first reaction to niggas busting up in his house is to shoot. And they were trying to turn like, the police fired 23 shots and he fired 18 shots. Bro, if y'all see this video, bro, ain't no way the police only fired 23 shots. Not only was they shooting this nigga for the ones who walked in the front door, they was shooting this nigga from the window. Shooting this young nigga from the window, bro. From the window. And I feel like I was saying in episode 1, a lot of this shit be trendy that niggas do. A lot of the whole black, like, you real loud chewing it. Y'all, my dog is chewing. If y'all can hear this, especially for the people who listening and not watching on YouTube, my dog is chewing up this little toy tire that I bought for him. So if y'all hear that little squeak in the background, that's him. But, like I was saying in episode 1, a lot of this shit be trendy. Like how the Black Lives Matter movement and the whole protest and the rallies and all this kind of stuff was happening like a few months back, few years back. I was one of those people that was at the rallies. I went to a rally in Austin before, and I went to a rally in Dallas, and a lot of people be doing that type of shit for a photo op and for this. Like, I ain't take no pictures, I ain't take no videos. Like, well, I took pictures, took videos, but I didn't post no pictures, post no video, because that's not what I'm there for. A lot of niggas went to rallies just to show that, hey, I'm here, I'm in the movement, I'm in the for clicks and likes and looks and all that type of shit. I'm a nigga who really went to try to see what the fuck is going on and like get an understanding of this system in America and how it's becoming damn near second nature for black niggas to be killed by police and nothing happening, or police to fucking run in people's homes and make a mistake and kill somebody and nobody gets prosecuted and all this kind of stuff. Like, it's so fucking hard being black in America, and I feel like we don't do a strong enough job at maintaining that shit and damn near bullying. Okay, you gonna have to find something else to play with, sir, because that's too loud. Damn near bullying these. No, stop, drop it. No, here, play with this. Yeah, that was too loud, child. That was because I know if I can hear it right here, I'm pretty sure y'all can hear that on camera. So I stopped that. No, play with that. So it's just becoming very hard. No. It's just becoming very hard to be black in America, especially a black man. Like me, I'm a large black man, and I discussed this a little bit in episode 2. By the time this come out, y'all gonna be done seeing episode 2. But I discussed how hard it is being a black man, a large black man in America, because even though I'm the yes sir, no sir, like I'm the type of nigga, like, if I get into a situation with the police, like, I'm not defending my honor right there and trying to prove my fucking, push my fucking civil rights so much that I'm the next nigga on the shirt. I'm the next nigga that they protesting for. I'm the next nigga that they, and a lot of people may hear that and be like, well, nigga, that's you, because me, nigga, I'm a buffer, and more power to you. I'm not judging you. I'm not doing none of that, but I'm just saying, like, me personally, I'm gonna be the nigga whose motherfucking me face is flat down on the ground. I ain't did shit. I ain't speeding. I ain't do nothing. But my motherfucking face is gonna be on the ground in the dirt. I ain't finna be no officer. I ain't doing nothing. What I do, I am not questioning shit. Cause nigga, I was raised, and a lot of you other niggas was raised to nigga make it back home. It's your job to make it back home. And this particular episode really wasn't even supposed to be about what I'm talking about right now. I really had like a whole layout and all that shit, and hopefully I can get to that point at some point and get to my like shit. But if all that shit wound up having to be episode 4, it could be episode 4, because I really feel like this shit is important. I've been getting more so my new little catchphrase and my new little motto with life is being intentional in whatever you do. Whether that's intentional with, right now I'm trying to turn myself into an influencer, content creator, whatever you call it. And this shit is hard as hell to make sure that you are editing your videos and putting quality into what you shoot and trying to make sure you do your research. Like, yeah, I can hop on this camera once a week and record a video of me just shooting the shit, whatever come to my mind, but I'm trying to be intentional with making sure I put out quality work and quality this and quality that. Like I said, I have a whole damn near a 3-page layout for today's show, but I feel like what I read and what I saw, like, y'all, it's a video of this young man's murder is online. You can look it up right now. His name is Isaiah Tyree Williams. I screen recorded it because, see, America and mainstream media like to do shit like erase videos off the internet and erase, traces of what the fuck happened so we can forget and we can, not think of that and we can, sweep shit under the rug. But no, fuck that shit. I screen recorded that shit so I can always make sure I have that shit. If the fucking internet deletes that nigga video offline, I'm gonna repost the hoe and I'm gonna keep reposting the hoe so we can keep certain shit on our mind and making sure that we are keeping the fight alive. Like, I feel like I said, it should be trendy. Like, yeah, it was all the crave to motherfucking me march to the fucking city town offices and, march to the police departments and fight for our rights and this and that. But that shit died down over time. Like niggas, I ain't gonna say niggas forget, but niggas lose passion for certain shit. Like, and we oftentimes, and I'm gonna bring up the LGBT community. A lot of times black people like make disparaging comments about the LGBT community. But I feel like them motherfuckers are extremely consistent with fighting for their fucking rights. They don't let up. Like, you may be like, damn, bro, like, chill, bro. Like, we get it, bro. Y'all niggas gay. Y'all want equal rights, this, and this, and this, and this. But them motherfuckers is consistently fighting for what the fuck change they want to see. Why the fuck we can't do that? Why the fuck we can't remain consistent? Why the fuck we can't, help thy neighbor and, be very empathetic to what's going on with black people who are 1,000 miles away, black people who are a fucking world away, black people who are, on opposite sides of the country. And this reminds me of a show I was watching. So like I said, I've been getting very intentional with, doing research and educating myself. I watched this Hulu like mini series called Women of the Movement, which is about the aftermath of Emmett Till's death and his mother's journey in, becoming a person who fights for black people's rights and becoming a, damn near a activist after her son's death. And it was so many moments in there that made me check myself and check my mentality as a black man. And without spoiling the show or anything like that, on episode 1, I found myself being upset at Emmett Till because of his ignorance towards racism and all that kind of stuff, because he grew up in Chicago, which was up north. It wasn't down south. Down south was still extremely racist and all that stuff, and it was racist things happening up north, but it wasn't as bad as it was down south. So some family members of his mom's came and visited them, and Emmett Till wanted to go down and visit them in Mississippi, I believe it was. And his mom was like, no, you can't go. And after him begging, she finally let him go. And she had a conversation with him before he went, like, look, down south it's a little different. If you see a white person, you have to, the speech a lot of black moms give their growing black sons who are boys. Imagine being a boy and having to learn that, nigga, this world does not like you. This world thinks you're an enemy. This world thinks that you are a devil. This world thinks you're capable of nothing but shooting your fellow brethren. This world thinks of you as nothing, as a lower class citizen who is going to depend on welfare and not raise your kid and not be an active member in your community and not want to build shit up and just tear down, use, steal, kill, destroy. And I found myself upset at Emmett Till because he was ignorant to the fact that, nigga, they will kill you for thinking you are anything more than less than them. Like, if you think that I'm kind of smart, I have confidence, nigga, back in them times and still even today, because a lot of shit be popping up. Social media is a blessing and a curse. That shit shines light on a lot of shit that's been happening and people been getting away with. But it also overexposes people to certain things and, builds on certain negative mentalities and, increases people's exposure to learning wrong shit or bad shit or giving people motivation. Well, that motherfucker did that shit, so I'm not the only one with this mindset, so let me build on my negative thoughts. But I'm going off on a tangent. What I was talking about the show is Emmett Till wound up going to go visit his family down in Mississippi. When he got down there, he damn near like disregarded his mother's her teachings, and he wound up, and what's crazy is it was fellow black people down there who know how serious it was about, like, black man having to conduct himself a certain way as a lower class citizen, a lesser being than the white man and white women. So the situation, okay, so let me break down the situation. So Emmett Till wound up going into a store, and before he went into the store, he was with his cousins and some friends. Before he went into the store, he stopped out in front of the store where a lot of black men was playing dominoes, and they were just outside shooting the shit. And Emmett Till walked up. He was excited, and he was talking about being down south, and he from up north. So the dudes outside the store was discussing the mentality of how stuff go down there. And Emmett Till was like, man, what? Like, man, I can talk to a white person. I can do this. I can do that. And I found myself being upset at him at that moment. Like, bro, why would you? But I had to check myself. Like, why the fuck am I upset at him for not conforming to this fucked up ass system we got, and not mad at the system in America and how they built and bred black people to think lesser of themselves, like they're not humans and not equal to their counterpart, which was white man at the time. And even like I said, a lot of this shit still has transcended into today's time. But but these men basically set Emmett Till up for failure. They was like, I bet you won't go in that store and talk to the white woman and this and this and this and that and that and that and this. So Emmett Till walked into the store and was basically like flirting with the white woman, like not flirting like overly being aggressive or nothing like that, but just and I ain't even gonna say flirting. This nigga was friendly with this white lady to the point where she felt uncomfortable and wound up leaving the store to go get a gun. And his cousin came and got him out the store before she walked out the store and was like, come on, come on, come on, we gotta go, because at that point he was doing too much. And like I said, at this point, I was upset at Emmett Till. Like, bro, like, how don't you know how to conduct yourself? It's almost like how me being upset at a person who gets pulled over by the cops, and instead of you just being yes sir, massa, and yes sir, yeah, no sir, you fighting for your rights and you fighting, to defend yourself as a human being. I'm mad at you because you not, bro. You know they're killers, and you know they're this, and I want you to conform to what they want us to do rather than why the fuck we not changing the system. So it was a conflict of me getting that speech as a kid, as a black man, and me wanting to check the system and why the fuck we haven't been fighting to change that mentality and change a lot of this shit that's been going on. So his cousin went in the store to get him, like, come on, Bobo, we gotta go. And they called him Bobo, that was his nickname. And when he walked outside, he was talking to the men like, man, it ain't no big thing. It ain't no, he's still ignorant to the fact that, bro, you can die for fucking touching this lady's hand if you try, and I like how this show was very intentional in showing you how it truly was during this time. If a black man walked into a store and you paying your money, you know how you give a nigga your money now and they take it out your hand? They would not take money out your hand. Nigga, you better put that shit on the counter, and nigga, I'm gonna slide that shit back, and when I give you your change, nigga, you can have your hand out to get your change, nigga. I'm gonna put that shit right on the counter next to your hand, bitch. I'm not touching you, you can't touch me. Nigga, I feel like y'all niggas is dirty. That's why y'all black, that's why y'all skin like that, nigga. You lesser than me, nigga. In fact, nigga, we low-key just got done owning y'all ass. So nigga, no, you I don't even know why the fuck they even let you in the store. Like, niggas really had fucked up mentality toward black people in this country. And I said all that to say that Emmett Till wound up losing his fucking life because we were bred to think we were so lesser than people that we couldn't communicate with them. We couldn't make eye contact walking on the sidewalk. We had to get our ass off and put our head down and basically bow to these motherfuckers. And it was a later episode where Emmett Till's death awoken this newfound empathy movement for all black people all over the country. Because there was this part where Emmett Till's mother was speaking to this big congregation of these people inside this church. And she was saying that, before my son's death, I have been living in Chicago. I had a nice job. We lived in a nice house, had nice clothes. We had a nice, comfortable life. And I knew and was aware of everything that was going on down south. And, I kind of turned a blind eye, like, oh, that's their problem. That's, that's their issue. That's what they have to deal with down south. Up here in the north, we, have better conditions and, we are able to, live better, get better jobs, this, and this. And she said, but after my son's passing, I became aware that anything that happens to any black person at any part of the country, any part of the world, affects us all. And I feel like that's the reason a lot of black people don't continue to fight hard as hell for us as a whole, as our rights, because you haven't been personally affected. You haven't lost a cousin. You haven't lost a brother. You haven't lost an auntie. You haven't lost a son. You haven't lost a fucking family member or a friend or somebody close to you. So you don't have that same burning in your heart to fucking fight for a better system and a better understanding and equal rights. Like, just imagine, these motherfuckers went and stole us from our country, from our fucking continent, stole us from where the fuck we from, brought us over here. We built this fucking country from the ground up, invented, like I said in the first one, 97, fuck it, I'm gonna say built 100% of the shit in this motherfucking country. Niggas was stealing our ideas, stealing our inventions, stealing all this, stealing all that, to the point where I low-key think black people invented electricity. And Thomas motherfucking me took that idea from a slave. Like I really believe that. I really truly believe that shit. Cause it's a lot of shit that was going on back in those times that niggas have tried to erase our history to the point where it's a lot of shit that I didn't find out about black people till I went to college. I had to go to college and minor African American studies to learn my true history. Because growing up, all you learn about black people is motherfucking me. We were slaves. Slavery was abolished by Abraham Lincoln, and he didn't abolish slavery because he wanted to abolish slavery, nigga. He abolished slavery so he can save the fucking union. Like I was a history nerd growing up, and still to this day, I love watching documentaries. So I can break this shit down and unpack the fuck out this shit. But I don't feel like I've been, I haven't been all in my history joints enough for me to, give specific, dates and have the right vocabulary and have the right. And also, let me say this: don't allow my vulgar vernacular to take away from what my message is. Cause I cuss, I say certain words, I do this, but I'm also a nigga who thinks and I process shit well, and I really feel like I have some really good shit to say. So don't allow me cussing and saying nigga and all this shit to take away from what I'm trying to say. But I feel like if you haven't watched Women of the Movement, please go watch that. They do a really good job at showing the tense times during that period and all the stuff that went down with the case, and how hard his mama fought to try to get a guilty verdict. And that kind of stuff is still happening today. Literally today, like the whole thing, like Botham Jean, like the fact that that nigga's fucking the people who killed that nigga, the fucking judge, a black woman, fucking was hugging the fucking people who was being prosecuted for his death and all that type of shit. Yeah, see, black people are some of the most forgiving motherfuckers on earth, bro. We forgive so much shit. And I feel like, yeah, you want to be like, oh, that's the Christian thing to do and that's the this thing to do, like, nigga, yeah, I understand all that, don't fight fire with fire, but damn, nigga, how long are we gonna allow certain shit to happen? How long are we gonna be comfortable living in certain situations? How long are we gonna not continue to fight fire shit like, oh, nigga, we fought for 3 months and shit, nigga, we been fighting for 3 months, so let's get that shit up. No, nigga, why we ain't been fighting for 3 years? Why we ain't been fighting for 10 years? Why we ain't been fighting for 30 years? We get in these spurts of, and let me not say all of us, because there are activists and there are people who fight year round, day in, day out, and that's something else that Women of the Movement made me check myself on, because I'm one of those people that I was like, well, shit, why would I fight for niggas who wouldn't fight for me, and why would I, fight for niggas who ignorant and still going out there, having these different mindsets and having these. It don't matter. Like, we are here to serve, and I don't want to get super super religious and super super spiritual, but we are here to serve and be of service to God and to our fellow man. So it don't matter what that person is doing, nigga. Your mission is to serve the divine and live by His way, and being a positive not influence, not the word, a positive change in the world to really, change shit and, be consistent. Like, just imagine if Martin Luther King would have been like, well, shit, I tried helping you niggas out for 2 months, I'ma quit. Or motherfucking me, Malcolm X, well, I tried helping you. Like, imagine if these people gave up. Imagine if all of the black pillars of black people who throughout the years have, changed tides and stayed consistent enough to where, nigga, you gotta change this shit. Because, see, black people don't even have the understanding that back in the day, them niggas changed fucking bus prices and all that type of shit and motherfucking seating because them niggas was walking. Imagine if we came together and defunded a lot of these brands, like how niggas will go out and how wearing Gucci and all this shit is real hot right now, and all these brands who probably ain't doing shit for us as a race and probably ain't fighting for us, ain't donating to Black Lives Matter movement, ain't fucking putting into black issues, ain't really fighting and standing up for us. See, I feel like with people who are white people, I feel like if you are not using your privilege to fight for equality for all, you are just as bad as the people who are out there fucking us over. If you will, that, I'm not racist, so, I do my part by not being racist. No, do your part by telling your fellow brethren or your fellow people who fall under your culture, like, hey, bro, y'all niggas is doing some fucked up ass shit. We've been doing this shit for years. We have fucking defiled these people, dehumanized these people, killed these people, damn near legally. Like, it's fucking legal for a police, just because you got a fucking badge on, you can mow one of us down, nigga, and nothing happens to you. You get fucking paid leave from work. You get to sit home and still collect your check. Just, you know what, man, the police department is under a lot of fire right now. You know, go home. You know, we're still going to pay you. You know, go home. You know, go home. We're still going to pay you. You know, put on my fucking country white man fucking accent. Because, nigga, that's what the fuck be going on. See, and that's something else. See, white people take care of their people. Them motherfuckers take care of each other. I feel like, and I'm not going to say black people in general because I don't want to generalize all of us, but a lot of the times, some black people don't. And it comes from not having empathy for your fellow man. We don't be having each other back enough. If we had each other's back enough, do you know how further along we would be if we kept those mentalities of the people who were going through like the Jim Crow laws and the people who really stood up for certain shit? Like I told y'all, these niggas changed bus rules by walking. Nigga, the fucking bus company was motherfucking losing stupid buku money. Like, we don't understand shit like buying power and fucking the way that nigga black people are keeping a lot of these brands afloat. And let's talk about that, like hip hop culture, how hip hop culture has. And I don't want to get too lost in the mess that we forget this nigga name, Isaiah Tyree Williams. Isaiah Tyree Williams. Isaiah Tyree Williams. Look the story up. Share the story on your social media. Make sure we keep that going because I don't want stuff like this to get swept under the rug. And now that I've found out about his case, I'm going to start doing more research and get more in depth into, like, I'm not going to turn this podcast into civil rights like I said on the first episode, because we still going to talk, we still going to shoot the shit, we still going to talk about sex, drugs, fucking pop culture, we still going to talk about all that shit. But when some shit like this goes down, I don't want shit like this to just be here today, gone tomorrow, like I said on episode 2, that goddamn Drake shit, that fucking song. A lot of this shit be here today and gone tomorrow. It's a lot of names that people don't even remember. Like, when the last time you have said Trayvon Martin out of your mouth? When the last time you done said George Floyd out of your mouth? When the last time you done said Breonna Taylor out of your mouth? When the last time you done said, like, all these fucking black people who have lost their lives and we have been rallied up at the time they lost their life, but after a couple months we done died that shit back down. No. Keep your foot on niggas' necks. Just like I said about the LGBT community, nigga, if you say one thing about the LGBT community, nigga, they fucking up your paycheck. These niggas is fucking up your job, fucking up your home, all this shit. These niggas is serious, nigga. You gonna respect me? Them niggas, imagine, them niggas is saying you gonna respect me and they make niggas respect them. We got that same power too. Niggas wanna be us. Niggas wanna be black. They killing us because they wanna be us. You only hate me because you ain't me. Y'all heard that shit before. You only hate me because you ain't me. That shit is true. They hate us because they ain't us. They want our culture. They want this fucking beautiful skin. They want fucking fat asses and big, juicy, beautiful ass lips and motherfucking me, big noses. And they want all this shit. Chiseled jaw features. Fucking all this shit. All the shit that we got, niggas is paying for. Niggas is paying to look like us. Niggas is out there wanting to fucking copy our lingo. To the point where there's this whole debate on different racist people using the word nigga. And for the longest, I was one of those people that didn't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if they use the word nigga, because shit, if you want to be a rapper, you want, your music go mainstream, I was like, man, how you gonna not want niggas say? But now, like, the older I'm getting, the more mature I'm getting in this, and then I know you want to say, well, if you want people to stop using it, you stop using it. No, nigga, we took that word back, gave that shit a different meaning, and that shit is fucking love amongst our community. Yeah, we know the history behind it, we know what it is, but that's another example of taking our trauma, changing that shit, and using that shit to fucking lift our spirits and give, like, to me, nigga means friend, homie, you, person, like, all that shit. And I know the history is, it has a very negative history, a very vulgar history, a very fucking tumultuous, bloody history, but we have taken that to mean something near and dear to us, and you can't use that shit. Because your fucking granddaddy, your great granddaddy, your fucking great uncle fucking was killing us, doing this, and some of y'all got people who still alive in your family who still fucking hate us. I'm not saying you hate us, but based off the history of your people, it's certain shit you can't do. It's certain shit you can't say. It's certain shit you gotta understand that we gonna hold near and dear to our heart, and that's our culture. And the same motherfuckers who wanna say that shit be the same niggas who ain't out there fighting for us. And I'm not saying if you go to rallies and fight for black people, then you get the nigga pass. Yeah, you get the, like, no, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying, like, a lot of y'all wanna be black when it's convenient, is what I'm saying. Y'all niggas want to motherfucking me. Oh, I listen to rap music and I'm a part of the culture and I wear J's and I sag a little bit and I do this. Like a lot of y'all niggas want to be black, or I get straight backs and I get braids and I do this. Like I get tans and I do. A lot of y'all niggas want to be black when that shit is trendy, but when the shit really matters and it's time to really stand up for black culture, let me let me wash this fucking spray tan off. Let me take these braids out my head and let me go back to where I'm. Y'all know my camera dies every 30 minutes, so like like I was saying, like let me let me take off my black face, or let me stop blackfishing when shit getting real. But when it's time to get likes on social media and when it's time to look good and do this, let me embrace all the black culture I can. And that's why it's important to have shows like Women of the Movement, When They See Us, even down to shows like Insecure. Like, black people living life carefree, figuring this shit the fuck out in America and learning how to fucking maneuver throughout your day and trying to suppress the trauma that we have been fucking dealt with for all these fucking years and still try to make shit out of ourselves. Do y'all understand we come from kings and queens and royalty and shit in Africa? So I can't fault niggas for being attracted to fucking jewelry and being attracted to fucking gold and being attracted to money and being attracted. We come from wealth. We come from all of that shit. So I'm not judging you for that shit, but I am judging you for having your priorities fucked up. You can't be so focused on this one thing that you forget about, nigga, all this shit that's negatively affecting us. Like, yeah, y'all niggas want to be outside and y'all want to be at the club and y'all want to pack that shit out. Why the fuck y'all niggas ain't still packing out fucking City Hall in Austin? Why y'all niggas ain't packing out the police department still? Why y'all ain't packing out? Because all you do is spending money and getting more broke in the club. But nigga, you don't want to go spend that same amount of time going and fighting for going to fight for your rights and going to fight for change in this country and nigga shit that I fucking like I said, I got a bunch of nieces and nephews who growing up in this world who are growing up black and gonna have to have that talk one day, if not already getting that talk from their parents. Like my nephew is 4 years old. This nigga like my son. The fact that he's getting to that age where nigga I'm finna have to start telling him at 5 years, he finna turn 5 in 2 weeks. The fact that I'm finna start having to tell my nephew, look, man, cause he starting school and shit. When you out there in the world, like y'all remember that story about that boy? I forgot his age. He was killed. I don't know if it was New York or Chicago, one of them places, but he had like a toy gun. The fact that like y'all know, growing up having water guns and not like toy guns and shit like that, you can't buy no young black kid a toy gun no more. A nigga can't have imaginary cowboys and Indians and goddamn me water gun fight with your friends and this and that. Niggas can't do that shit no more because a carefree 5-year-old will fuck around and get shot because somebody thought it was a real gun and he was a grown man. Like, I'm pretty sure y'all remember that story of the young dude. I think he was 11 years old or maybe even younger than that. He was at the park in New York, I believe, and somebody called the police on him, said it's a young black man with a gun. And this nigga was shot by the cops and killed because he had a fucking toy gun. And was killed by the police at 11 years old. Shit like that be crazy. They really be fucking us up out here, bro. Like young black men gotta grow up way faster than other races of people. And I'm not saying other minority groups don't go through discrimination and all this shit, but nigga, black people, nigga, like we are one of the fucking most sought after for negativity and violent motherfucking races there is in America, bro. Like, niggas hate us, bro, here. Niggas hate us and they want to be us at the same time. That's a clusterfuck. Like, that type of shit fucks us up. The fact that, nigga, my ass can't be 13 and go outside with my friends and, play fight and, play throwback tackle and this and that, because, nigga, we gonna look like we mobbing. We gonna look like as when they see us, we gonna look like we wilding. We gonna look like we can't roughhouse and have the certain shit. I'm gonna just take a quick moment of silence for all the black lives lost in America, all the fucking black lives that are gonna be lost in America, all the young kids who are gonna have to stop being kids at 8, 9, 10 years old because they have to realize and get a understanding that nigga you can't comfortably live your life like everybody else. You have to be extremely precautious. You can't talk too loud in public. You can't move too fast in front of authority. You can't motherfucking me Your ass can't be the class clown. Your ass can't be the fucking, your ass can't be the loud mouth, and you can't have too much energy, and you can't have too motherfucking me like you can't talk too much, and you can't drive carefree. Like when you turn 16 to 17, you can't put you and all your friends in the car and y'all driving around having fun and going here going there. You can't do that. You can't do that. Because DWB is illegal. And if you don't know what DWB is, then you tuned into the wrong podcast. Because I'm not even going to tell y'all what DWB is. But niggas know what DWB. Niggas know what that mean. And it's crazy for me to think that I grew up. And I feel like I had a very good childhood as far as, I grew up in Dallas. And I was able to go out to my granny house in Ferris, who in the country where she had a lot of land and all that kind of stuff. And but I still wasn't able to, be a full kid for as long as other people get allowed to be kids because I'm black in America. And me at 12 can be perceived as a grown man. Me at fucking 13 can be perceived as a fucking threat. Me at, 14 can be, me just living my regular life can be perceived as me doing something suspicious. I can't fucking just walk through my neighborhood with headphones on, listening to music. Because if somebody call my name and I don't respond, I'm resisting the rest. I can't fucking wear my hoodie if it's cold outside because if a motherfucker walk past me and they can't fucking see my full head, nigga, I'm perceived as a threat or I'm up to no good or I'm doing this. That shit crazy to think about. That shit is crazy. Like I said, this episode wasn't supposed to be Black Lives Matter or fucking Black Men Unite and all this shit, but with what's going on in America, and I feel like a lot of times shit be trendy for the time and then we forget about shit. And I'm guilty of the shit too. I'm not on here just speaking about, all the niggas. Like, I'm guilty of the shit too. Like I said, I watched the show and that shit made me check myself as a black man. That shit made me assess, am I doing enough? Have I been fighting hard enough for our people? And, like, in battling between what do we deserve to be fought for and nigga, don't matter if certain people don't deserve it. Us as a race deserve to be treated equally. Us as a race deserve to be not fucking killed for simple shit. Like, the fact that, nigga, we can't fucking keep our motherfucking license and registration across the car. Because if we reaching to get our motherfucking shit, he got a gun. Bow, nigga dead. I'm pretty sure y'all seen that video of that nigga that got killed in the car with his wife and his fucking kids in the back seat. Mowed down. Mowed the fuck down. Didn't have a weapon. Y'all see how many people out here fucking... Y'all remember that fucking movie? This shit is gonna kill me. I can't remember the fucking movie. Y'all remember that movie that came out with Daniel Kaluuya, if that's his name, and that lady. What the fuck was it called? What the fuck? Queen and Slim. Queen and motherfucking Slim. I feel like that's a movie that came and went. Like, yeah, we was all hyped about that shit at the time, and this and that, and we kind of forgot about that shit. Oh, another good movie that showed that shit, American Skin, with the dude from what's that movie where it was him and that girl? She was like a pop star. He was her security, and they fell in love. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But if y'all haven't seen American Skin, that's a really good movie to go watch. And before I go into that, I want to say, like, a lot of black people have that. I'm tired of watching slave movies. I'm tired of watching movies about this. I'm tired of watching like shit like When They See Us and American Skin. And do y'all understand that if you don't remember your history, you're doomed to repeat it? And really, all this shit that we going through is just repeated cycles. It just got a different face to it. Racism, lynching, hangings, all this shit, slavery, all this shit is still happening. It just got a different face, a different look, a different all this shit. And I really feel like we forget about shit too easy and we forgive niggas too easy, bro. Nigga, Martin Luther King will be rolling over in his motherfucking grave. Malcolm X will be rolling, nigga, Tupac will be rolling over in his motherfucking grave. If he seen how we just let shit slide and let shit off easy and let shit this and let shit this. And nigga, see, a lot of people talk shit about Cardi B. Cardi B be keeping shit on niggas' minds. Cardi B keeps shit, I don't give a fuck what you say about Cardi B. She can't rap, she don't write her own rap, she don't... Nigga, Cardi B keeps shit on niggas' minds. She always speaking about shit. And don't get me wrong, yeah, she do her glitz and glam and, oh, look at my money and, oh, I'm gonna have on this fucking badass outfit, I'm doing all this, but it's the motherfucker who got a balance and will fight for us and will be like, hey, do y'all niggas see this shit? Or hey, y'all niggas ain't loud enough about this shit. Y'all niggas ain't do... Yeah, bro. Like, yeah. Like, she keeps shit on niggas' minds. Hold on, let me water break. I don't have to stop drinking so much detox water because I feel like it's fucking up the enamel on my teeth, and I don't need no fucking help with fucking up the enamel. I think the years of uh just I don't need no help fucking up my enamel. Y'all ever shined your fucking flashlight behind your teeth and your mouth and seen how fucking work? Yeah, I don't need no help, so I had to slow down on the lemon water. But this is regular water today. But yeah, let me get back to American Skin. How many times have we seen a fucking white kid go shoot up a fucking school, shoot up a fucking public place, and the ones who don't commit suicide after get arrested by the police? Not sniped down as soon as they see him, and when they see him carrying his gun, get on the ground. Like, not shot on sight and shot on this. No, that nigga gets arrested, gets a trial. They fuck around and say the nigga's mentally ill, and he don't get punished as hard as he should be fucking punished, or the fucking death penalty. Like I said, well, not like I said, but y'all know how they say, oh, we, don't choose who die, who live, and playing God and all that shit. But when it come to black people, nigga, we can motherfucking me get killed because we trying to stand up for ourselves. Because if a black man know his rights and act in his rights, it's crazy that you can get killed for acting in your rights. Like, no, nigga, these are my rights. You're not finna disrespect me. I'm not finna just get out my car because you said it and do it. You will get killed for acting in your rights. Which should be a fucking American thing, to stand up for yourself and assess your rights and, tell people, no, nigga, I understand. I know my rights. I understand what you're doing is illegal and you can't do pow, pow, pow. I'm dead and you're not convicted. And I was standing in my fucking American right as a citizen. But like I said, let's go back to American Skin. How many times have we seen white people or a white kid fucking shoot up a school, shoot up a fucking public place, shoot up a rally, shoot up a this, and the ones who don't commit suicide, the nigga don't get shot on sight by the police? American Skin is a movie about a man who son was killed by a police officer and wasn't convicted. The police officer wasn't convicted, nothing new. And he planned out a fucking heist on the police department. And was pretty successful at subduing the policemen and getting niggas tied up. And, it became a big thing in the media. And he was this fucking, a black man has taken over the fucking, a black terrorist. These fucking white kids who shoot up schools ain't called terrorists. These niggas are called mentally damaged kids who were bullied and all. But no, this black man who is fucking taking the law in his own hands gets this fucking terrible ass fucking display in the media. Just like Isaiah Tyree Williams, say that nigga name, they at the press conference, instead of showing a picture that they can go get on Facebook, him standing with a nice outfit on, they show this nigga mugshot at the press conference to try to further pack on the narrative that we got the wrong person, but he was a criminal. At least we got a criminal off the streets. Nah, bitch. Go on Facebook and find the best picture you can find of my nigga. Go find a picture of my nigga in the suit and post that shit at the press conference so we can see that he was a 15-year-old black boy, not a man. Cause see, you niggas like to make us men earlier than we fucking men. Like I said, that nigga was 11 years old in New York, got shot for having a fucking toy gun. Not even a BB gun, a fucking toy gun that just make that look. Y'all remember back in the day, y'all had them black guns with the orange tip and it just made the clack, clack sound? Then got shot for having one of them hoes at 11 because they thought he was a grown man, a suspect. Fuck DWB, LWB, goddamn me. You can't even LWB, goddamn. Like I said, if you don't know what that is, man, you on the wrong channel. Because, see, I'm getting passionate because I am a black man who has empathy for my fellow black men. And I have fallen short at times in standing up and making sure I am a activist for, my people and making sure I keep certain shit on niggas' minds and doing that kind of stuff. I'm going to have to do a lot better than what I've been doing. But yeah, let's get back to American Skin. So this nigga was, he wound up going into there. He had some help of subduing the police, and he made his own trial in the police station. He like used one nigga as the judge, and he used one nigga as the and using these people who are in the who are in the fucking jail. Went and got some prisoners out of the jail, used them niggas as the jury, and used the fucking the other police as like witnesses and all that kind of shit. So the whole movie was basically the whole movie was basically an uncomfortable conversation. He created a fake trial using the officer who killed his son and got away with it, didn't get no fucking penalty off that shit. Used the fucking chief of police and used prisoners as the jury. You know how they say you get a jury of your peers? But let's go back to the Emmett Till case. Nigga, this is a 15-year-old, no, he was a 14-year-old black boy. And his fucking jury was all fucking middle-aged white men who were down south white men who don't give a fuck about a black life, and they would have did the same thing if goddamn me push came to shove. So it's kind of like, nigga, how we even have a fair trial when it's not even niggas who represent what the fuck we represent is like, in our jury, people who come from our culture and can understand, certain shit that we go through, because I can't expect a white person who grew up in upper, middle class, or even rich, who comes from gated communities and, I got a fucking a Mercedes as my fucking 16th birthday present and all this type of shit. How can I expect that motherfucker to go into a courtroom with a nigga who grew up and got that shit out the slums? A nigga who daddy probably left, mama probably was battling, juggling multiple jobs, wasn't at home. She want this nigga to be home safe, but this nigga sneaking out because she not home. She got to work multiple jobs to fucking, to keep the bills up, keep the this up, keep the that, keep food in the house, all this shit. So this nigga running the streets, not having real role models in the streets. See, a lot of you niggas ain't OGs like real niggas was OGs back in the day. A lot of you niggas like to be on that hood shit and not giving game to these young niggas. My dog dreams in his sleep, so he over here pretending to run and fucking acting like he barking at like. So if y'all heard any of that in the background, wonder why I keep looking, that's because he is doing all that in the background. But a lot of these niggas in the hood don't hold the same fucking mentality that a lot of them old school niggas used to have. Like, yeah, them niggas had niggas selling drugs, but they was giving game to niggas. Like, they wasn't just letting niggas out here fucking do ignorant shit. And like I said, niggas gonna do what the fuck they want. So it was niggas out here doing ignorant shit, but it ain't real OGs in the hood no more. And I ain't gonna speak for everybody, because I'm pretty sure there's some niggas out there who, provide young niggas with, wisdom and let them niggas know this shit shouldn't be your forever. If you gotta hustle and shit while you young, nigga, let this shit transcend you into another shit. So you ain't, nigga, 50 years old still fucking selling pounds and shit by 50. Like, all this shit, like, niggas don't be giving. But let me go back to the fucking movie. So, like I said, the whole movie was basically a big ass uncomfortable conversation. It was like a fake mock court case inside the jail, to where the man was basically convicted. And there was this whole scuffle with the inmates and all this type of shit towards the end and all that. But they wound up, like, everybody wound up coming to a mutual understanding. And it made a lot of the police see where we was coming from as black people and people who've been fucking disgraced and marginalized and all this shit all throughout the years. And it wasn't a biased movie either. It wasn't a movie where we're just pushing black issue. No, like, some of the police was getting passionate and standing up and, y'all don't fucking understand how it is to fucking go to work every day and have to, like, they was providing their opinion too, but it was also one of those situations where their opinion show how ignorant they are. Like, it exposed things like putting certain police in certain communities that they didn't grow up in, and they don't understand the culture. That sometimes if motherfuckers is loud, sometimes you greet a motherfucker with very passionate. That's like, nigga, where the fuck you been, nigga? And one police may not understand, may not come from this community, so you don't understand that, nigga, every now and then you get fucking rowdy with somebody that that you have a good camaraderie with. Like, some people have, like, friendly beef. Like, fuck you, nigga, nah, nigga, fuck you, nigga, like those are subcultures that come from people who come from, like, inner city and hood and urban, I fucking hate that word, urban communities, where, we hella passionate and we hella, like, we have a different culture set than other people. So you may not understand why this nigga yelling at this other nigga. I ain't seen this nigga in a while, so I'm excited when I see him, so I'm loud. But you take that ass nigga, we're getting into it, and now another nigga dead because you don't understand our fucking culture. they putting police in communities that they didn't grow up in, so they don't understand when certain shit happening and certain shit this. Like, everything isn't a fucking issue to where you have to come and assess the situation. You don't gotta assess every situation. But if you don't come from this community, you don't know that shit. You don't understand that certain black people greet each other in this way, or we can get loud and passionate about some shit, but we not arguing, and we can do it. Like, niggas don't understand that shit. So I really feel like we have to do a better job, and we as America, not we as black people, we as America have to do a better job, because this system is fucked up, man. This system is fucked up. And like I said, this episode wasn't supposed to be this, but nigga, I'm passionate. This is what the fuck is gonna be today. This outline, nigga, this shit can be episode 4. This shit can be episode 4. I don't even want to get into, because some of this shit is funny and lighthearted and all this shit. I don't want this shit to be that. I don't want this to be that anymore. I want this shit to be a fucking conversation with America. That's probably what I'm gonna name this episode: Conversation for America, or A Conversation for America. Because shit not. But let me get back to the movie. So, American Skin. So this nigga made the nigga who killed his son, broke down to where he said, I understand this and that. Made him call his wife, because he said if you're found guilty, your fucking penalty is death. And he fucked around and was found guilty, because like I said, the prisoners were the ones who was used as the jury. So he kind of like did like a reverse. Like, you know how, oh, you get a jury of your peers. And he probably thought he was going to get all the other officers over there. No, nigga, how y'all say we get a jury of our peers, but I'm a young adult black man, you done killed me, and nigga, everybody on the trial is motherfucking me, middle-aged white people, and you know, people of a different ethnicity who don't have my same struggle and grew up in my same culture and understand a lot of shit that go on where the fuck I come from, my demographic in my area and all that shit. So yeah, nigga, we gonna go get these prisoners. Some of these niggas is probably the niggas you locked up. So yeah, we finna get these niggas on trial. So he was found guilty, and he made him call his wife and his kids and was like, baby, I'm not coming home. Like, because like I said, it became national news that a black man and his fucking associates had taken over the police station, this and that. But they made them seem like terrorists, and oh, they're the worst people in America, this and this, showing mug shots and showing all this other shit and all that. And so when he finally FaceTimed his wife, she was like, oh my God, baby, it's good to hear your voice. And he thinking that, oh shit, I was just found guilty by, you know, these niggas, so they finna kill me. So he was calling her to say his last words, and she was like, no, baby, stay on the phone, stay on the phone, stay on the phone. And it's kind of like, now you see how it is, like how your wife wants you to come home. Nigga, that black boy mama wanted him to come home. That black boy daddy wanted him to come home. These black people's families want us to come home. And I feel like American Skin is one of those movies that'll cause a conversation. I feel like American Skin should be taught in fucking high school class, middle school classes at that. That shit should be some shit. And you may say, oh, we don't want to expose kids to too. Man, with this shit right here. Oh, I got a new phone, y'all, too, by the way. I got me the iPhone 13 Pro Max. I know this is like random as fuck, and I just stopped this fucking story and shit that I was talking about. But yeah, I got me a new phone, and I got this to make more content on the go. I ain't got to take my camera everywhere. But like I was saying, you really got to see how we have been fucking, and that's really what it was. He put him in his shoes. You really are getting to see how we've had to live all these years. Like, nigga, by the time I'm 6 years old, my mom is having conversations with me while she getting me ready for school, putting on my school uniform. I'm putting on my fucking Dickies and my white fucking collar shirt, and my mama having to tell me, look, when you are in the presence of police, yes sir, no sir, you can't be too excited, don't be too loud, don't make no certain moves. If they tell you to do something, do it in that moment, and we'll handle it later. If you feel like you was taken advantage of, you feel like you was disrespected, we gonna handle it later. And a lot of that shit, handling that shit later don't mean nothing, because fucking police officers are, like, I'm pretty sure y'all heard people say this, the biggest gang in America. The biggest gang in America is something that's funded by the fucking police. Y'all see him back there stretching? My dog be fucking sleep like he got a fucking 2 9-to-5s. And I'm a nigga who got 2 jobs and 2 side hustles. And he be knocked the fuck out. Like, he just be running around all day. And this the laziest dog on earth. He lazy because I'm lazy, but fuck it. So, he wound up not killing the dude, right? He just wanted him to feel in that moment how it feels to get your life taken. To get your life taken. He just wanted him to feel that. And this nigga's like sniffling and shit, like, hey, got the gun to his head. And he clicked the thing and it ain't no ammo in there. And that nigga is like crying and shit. Like, yeah, nigga, that's how the fuck we as black people been feeling in America since y'all motherfuckers came and got our ass. Back when our names was, back when we had black names. All these names we have now, Johnson and fucking Wilson and all these, Williams and all, like these are slave names. These ain't fucking African names. These ain't African, like niggas be proud to claim these fucking slaves. And don't get me wrong, I'm the same nigga. I love the fuck that I'm a Allen Stovall. My mama's side is fucking Stovall. My daddy's side Allen. I love my fucking family. Proud of my fucking last name. But these are fucking slave names that was given to us. We were stripped of our culture, stripped of our kingliness, stripped of our queenliness, stripped of all this shit. And then when we finally was free, they put in place legal. They put in legally fucking binded shit that kept us as lower class citizens for years. And then when they finally fucking let Jim Crow and all that shit go, they started fucking putting us into. They started pumping drugs into our community, putting all this shit into, like burning down Wall Street. Do y'all know it used to be a fucking whole fucking black fucking strip where it was fucking dentists, grocery stores, motherfucking me lawyers, doctors, motherfucking me notary publics, like all this shit. We had all our own everything, cleaners, motherfucking me seamstresses, all this shit. Niggas be burning our shit down, trying to erase our culture. They don't want us to progress. They don't want us to get better. They don't want us to fucking see. Something I did put on her that I do want to read. And I feel like we as black people have been fucking put down. And I'm gonna get back to American Skin. I'm gonna tie all this shit back together. So I'm pretty sure everybody done seen Akeelah and the Bee. That was like a movie that probably transcended fucking ethnicities and all that shit. They had this quote: "Our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is not darkness, but the light that frightens us." And what I take from that is, we not scared of failing. We not scared of not making it. We scared of our fucking potential, and are we even fucking ready to truly live in our fucking brilliance? We're scared to live in our brilliance. But I feel like that comes from putting us down for so many years, like how black people used to be. Like, y'all know it was a time where it was illegal for a black person to know how to read. Like, nigga, if a white person saw you knowing how to read, bitch, you dead. You dead. So I feel like that fucking quote plays into how America has bred us to think lesser of ourselves. Like, I can't do that. I can't do this. I can't do that. And honestly, we at times are guilty of doing that to ourselves. How me and my cousin were talking about how black people weren't taught a lot of the times to truly go after your dreams. And I was talking to my big brother about this, how, you know, like when older black people tell like kids, you can be whatever you want, you can be whatever you do. A lot of times niggas ain't truly saying you can be whatever you want, like anything, nigga. If you want to be a fucking artist, you want to be this, niggas are saying you can get any job you want. You can go work for whoever you want. Niggas ain't saying you can start your own business, you can do this. And now we're getting more progressive and starting businesses and ownership and all this shit, and we're trying to pick ourselves out of those, societal norms that we have become accustomed to throughout the years. That's what the fuck has been bred into us. So now we're trying to fix all that shit. But I feel like we have been put down for so many years and taught to be lesser citizens that some of that residual energy has still followed us all these years later. Even when it comes to black on black crime. Y'all know every fucking race does fucking crime to every fucking race. And that just comes from like proximity and like where you stay. Like, nigga, if you in the white community, you stay around white people, nigga, you gonna rob white people. And I'm talking about other white people. Like, if you come from a Hispanic community and goddamn me, you rob in your Hispanic community or you kill somebody, nigga, that's Hispanic on Hispanic crime, white on white crime, Indian on Indian crime, nigga, Jew on Jew crime, black on black. So this narrative of black on black crime, nigga, every race kills their own people. Every race steals from their own people. Every race does a lot of this shit. But black on black crime has been fucking pushed into mainstream media because they want to keep a negative connotation on us and our culture. And they the ones who bred certain shit into us. Y'all know Mandingo warriors. And I know in today's time, you hear Mandingo, you think of fucking the porn star and all this shit. Like, but no, Mandingo warriors were niggas who was forced to fight each other for fucking white man's enjoyment. Fight to the death. And nigga, if you fucking killed this nigga, but your arm broke, nigga, you gonna have to, nigga, that motherfucking arm gonna have to get better before your next fight, cause that nigga paid $500 for your ass, so he gonna need 5 fights out of your ass. And you only done fought 2. So nigga, you can get your eyeball gouged out, but you won that fight. Now you gotta fight the next nigga with 1 eyeball, cause oh nigga, I paid $300 for you, nigga. That's only 1.5, two fights. We gonna need that 3rd fight out of you. Like all that shit. So a lot of this shit has been bred into us, and we have this residual fucking shit that has traveled with us throughout all these years. And like I said, y'all, none of this shit, I'm telling y'all, all this shit I'm saying right now is pure passion. I haven't wrote down shit about black history, black people, I minored in African American studies, so I have a very, and like I said, I'm a person who love documentaries and love shows about black history and this type of shit. So I'm a nigga who's chosen to educate myself further on certain shit that we wasn't taught growing up in school. Like I said, we was only taught that black people were slaves and there was a civil rights movement and Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, and nah, like I went to college to learn about all. Like I said, y'all know my camera stop every 30 minutes. So like I said, I went to college and was able to truly divulge into my culture and truly learn certain shit and how we were treated in, you know, the starting of the Black Panther movement. Because, you know, growing up, you know, a lot of times you learn that like Black Panthers are like a black radical fucking group. No, these are niggas who got tired of motherfucking me being put down and motherfucking me systematically fucked over. And they said, well, nigga, we gonna use our rights to fight back. We gonna use our fucking knowledge and we gonna grow in our knowledge and education, and we not gonna let certain black stories get swept under the rug and certain fucking instances get just pushed to mainstream and this all we know of black people and this all we know. Like going to college really opened my eyes to a lot of shit, and I feel like how a lot of people like, oh, college ain't for everybody. I do believe that. Like everybody can't go to school. Everybody, and not can't as in not capable of, but everybody doesn't have the discipline. Everybody doesn't have the fucking tenacity. Everybody doesn't have the fucking, you know, mentality to go and do that shit and finish that shit and broaden their horizons. A lot of people, like I said, and it comes from how we was raised. A lot of people are raised to fucking go get a job in our culture. A lot of people are raised to be able to maintain, be able to, you know, take care of yourself, be able to pay your bills, be able to do this. Like, we're one of the only cultures where at 18 you got to get your ass out. Nigga, Hispanics, and what's crazy, we do a lot of joking about Hispanics and shit like that, but them motherfuckers it be fucking 3 families living in one house. And we talk shit, but them motherfuckers be helping each other, making sure, nigga, whatever you ain't got, I can pick up the slack here, helping each other, you know, maintain, save. And them motherfuckers are go build their own fucking house. Save their money, go get enough supplies to build their fucking house on a plot of land that they bought. Like, truly are helping each other build shit up to where a lot of people see. I'm like I said, I live in Dallas, Texas. If y'all watched the first episode, y'all know that. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and how Hispanic culture is like growing and like becoming a big thing here. And a lot of people be like, "Oh my God, like Mexicans are taking over." Do y'all realize that Texas used to be Mexico? Like, nigga, America took that shit. Like, America literally took that shit from the Mexicans. Like, one fucking shit. Like, now, nigga, Texas is a part of the USA. Nigga, no, Texas used to be Mexico. So, and I feel like I said, y'all, this episode wasn't supposed to be this, but I'm just so fucking passionate about my people and like us growing and, you know, loving ourselves enough to truly fight for what the fuck we need to fight for. But, oh, let me get back to the movie American Skin. So after all this, everybody is walking out, right? They put the prisoners back in their cell. All the cops walk out one by one. The white man who killed the black man's son walked out before the black man and said, I'm walking out with, I forgot his name. I'm walking out with so-and-so and so-and-so. He's unarmed. I'm walking out with him. He has his hands behind his head. He doesn't have a weapon. And y'all, before this nigga could even make it out the door, the sniper sniped this nigga and killed him. Because he's a terrorist. He's taking over the police department. He's fucking in here killing hostages. He's doing all the shit the media like to do when a black man do some shit. But when a white boy shoot up a school, he's mentally damaged. You ain't going to find no picture of him, motherfucking me, in juvenile hall or juvenile detention. But let a black nigga do some shit. You gonna go find the worst picture of him, the worst motherfucking me, a picture he done posted on fucking Facebook where he got money and got this to where it looks like he's a drug dealer and looks like he's living this type of life. You gonna go find the worst picture of him. But fucking Billy ass over here, you gonna go fucking get a picture of him with his school photo and hit. That's what the fuck you gonna do for Billy. But oh, for Brian, nigga, you gonna make Brian look like a thug. Y'all, this shit, this American system and this American way of life and this fucking, this shit is fucked up. This shit is fucked up. And I can blame a lot of motherfuckers for this shit. But at the end of the day, I feel like us as black people, we need to fight for shit and maintain that fight. We don't need to fight for 3 months and then take 6 months off. And when somebody else die, fight for 4 months and then take a year off. And then go hard for this year and then take the next 3 years off. Like, we need to stay consistent with that shit. Because if all the black people in America, all the fucking mixed people, all the people who truly want to fucking be us and fucking live in our culture and get tans and blackfish and wear our hairstyles, our clothes, our swag, our vernacular, the way we talk, ebonics, all that shit, yeah. If everybody who fucking wanted to be a part of black culture, who's in black culture, fought for black culture, do y'all know how the fuck we'll change, how quick we'll change this shit? And like I said, don't let my vulgar vernacular take away from my message. Because I done did a lot of cussing, a lot of fucking fucks and bitches, niggas. I done did a lot of that shit in this episode. But don't let that take away from what the fuck I'm trying to say to you. But y'all, I didn't even get to the fucking... I wasn't even able to get to all the shit that I wanted to talk about. And I'm glad that I wound up talking about this than this, because the title of this episode is really your own fault of what it was gonna be. And I was gonna go through here and pick apart all the shit that black people need to change and how we need to work harder. And I'm gonna talk about that shit too, because we do. It's a lot of shit we need to pick up on, a lot of shit we need to do, and activism is one of them. Fighting for our rights is one of them. So, like I said, I'm probably going to use this for episode 4, but I just wanted to come and really, this episode is truly me speaking from the heart. None of this shit was written down. None of this shit was rehearsed. Like, well, I don't rehearse my podcast, but I kind of like, you know, write out a layout and like read through my layout and make sure like where I'm going to talk, what points I'm going to bring up, what points I'm going to, you know, discuss. And I really feel like this episode is truly going to show my passion and my talent. The fact that I was able to recall certain shit, like, and like I said, I'm not a person who's just gonna make my channel be fucking activism and civil rights and all that shit and all that. But I am a black man growing up in America, a young adult black man, a young smart black man, a young capable black man, a young educated black man. But I could still be the same. With all those beautiful attributes and all those fucking talents and all that, I could still be a nigga face down with the bullets in my back in the street. And they gonna go find my fucking mugshot when I was arrested my senior year of college because I had a fucking tail light that wasn't as bright as my fucking right tail light wasn't as bright as my left tail light. And the nigga said my car smelled like weed that I just bought, and looked through my car and found a fucking little baggie with remnants in it. Remnants. I didn't smoke in my car. None of that shit. But you went and found a fucking little bag with remnants. Like, not even enough to roll shit. And now I got a mugshot with a fucking possession charge, which all that shit is over now. I went through the first offender drug program, all that shit. This is going to be a story time for another day. But, I'm educated. I fucking have graduation pictures on my social media. I have pictures with me dressed up in nice outfits on my social media and all this shit. But you gonna go find that mugshot of me back in 2019 when I got arrested for not even a fucking half a gram, not even a 0.2 of fucking weed. And that's what the fuck you gonna put on the fucking, not all of my accolades, not this video of me addressing certain shit and how I'm speaking about black people need to stand and band together. You're not gonna show none of this shit, but you gonna go show my fucking mugshot. You gonna go find a picture where I don't really post pictures where I like got guns and money and I'm doing it, but I'm not really a super flashy ass nigga, so you ain't gonna be able to go find that type of shit. But y'all gonna fucking run my mugshot through the fucking ringer. Y'all gonna go hone in on that one part to make me look like a criminal because you done fucked up and killed the nigga who was motherfucking reaching for his license and registration. I mean, reaching for his registration and inspection and all that shit. because my license is gonna be on my person. Because I don't want to have to do too much stretching all around the car. I don't want to get pulled over. Period. But I definitely don't want to have to do a whole bunch of. And like I said, I'm one of those people who I follow all the rules. I'm a nigga who's trying to make it back home, but I can't be ignorant to the fact that something got to change. I can't be so comfortable following the rules that 20 years from now my kids are still gonna have to follow these same rules. Like, nah, we need to. Something gonna have to change. Because my nieces and nephews are becoming teenagers. I got some of them that's 3 and 4 and newborns, but my niece is 13 years old. She's finna be in high school next year. Another one of my another group of collection of my nieces and nephews. They all 11 years old. 2 of them are twins, and one of them come from my older brother. 11 years old. They finna be like middle school, like 11. They at the age where the young nigga who had the toy gun got shot and killed. I can't imagine, Lord, like, knock on wood, I can't imagine getting no call that, oh, nigga, my nephew done got off because him and his friends was at the park playing basketball. They was getting rowdy because that's what the fuck we do. We passionate about the shit that we do. And they was getting rowdy and police rolled up to fucking see what was good. And now, I can't even say that shit out of my mouth. Like, knock on wood again. Like, even just the thought of that shit just got me emotional as fuck. But I'm going to go ahead and end this episode, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Like I said, everything that was on episode 3 that was supposed to go into it, we gonna use that shit for fucking episode 4. And I'm gonna probably reassess some of this shit because, like I said, I can't judge nobody. I got too much shit going on and figuring out shit in my own life and how to manage my own situation for me to judge anybody. But I am passionate about wanting us to be better as a culture. I can't speak for no other culture than black culture because I'm a black man. But I just would like for, us to band together and really fight for correction and really, get our shit together because, bro, they really fucking us up out here, bro. They truly fucking us up. And we don't stay on niggas, we don't keep our foot on niggas' necks long enough to really see change and to really keep niggas accountable and to really, like, how they distracting us right now. Like, it's been 2 weeks since this 15-year-old boy, Isaiah Tyree Williams. I'm gonna keep saying his name. It's been 2 weeks since he been killed, but all I see on my fucking newsstand is Kanye West releases new song that this is ex-wife's Kim Kardashian new boyfriend and motherfucking me Kid Cudi wears fucking dress at the Met Gala and motherfucking me. You distracting us with all this other shit, all this bullshit, but you not fucking putting on front page news, nigga, white police officers kills 15-year-old boy in the middle of the night, has the wrong suspect. That's not on your fucking. But like I said, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode. As you can see, I'm extremely. I minored in African American Studies in college, and I wanted to develop an African American Studies elective at my high school after college. But like I said, COVID ended all that. If you watch my first episode, I talked about how COVID fucked up my job situation leaving college. So, and now I feel like I'm in a similar position to do what I wanted to do. I work for a nonprofit organization where we are mentors for young men and women in schools, mostly men, but we do, accept women at certain schools or young ladies. Like I said, I don't want to fucking increase these fucking, like how they've been making us men at 12 and 14 and shit like that. These kids, we are mentors to these kids, and I'm able to still provide, a positive message and positive representation and knowledge to them as well. So, I keep acting like a black parent at church. All right, y'all, I'm coming, and keep talking about the fellow church members. But I'm going to go ahead and end this episode. I hope y'all enjoyed what I had to say. And I hope this episode really woke up a lot of y'all's minds and will make y'all be more intentional with, making sure we're holding people accountable and keeping certain things on people's mind and having certain shit, in the rotation of conversation. All this bullshit, all this and like I said, shit is entertaining. I'm the same nigga that I watched the Kanye West Drink Champs interview. I watched the Kanye West Hollywood Unlocked interview. I'm a nigga that did that, but I'm also a nigga who watched Women of the Movement, American Skin, When They See Us. I'm watching the news press conference on the black boy that they killed, Isaiah Tyree Williams. Like I said, I'm going to keep saying his name. So, I'm doing all that. But I hope this episode opened a lot of y'all minds. And some of y'all who are not black, I hope this, gave y'all some sort of an insight on how the struggles that we have been dealing with, which black struggles have been fucking mainstream since fucking slavery. So I'm pretty sure y'all have been knowing a lot of people just turn a blind eye to shit. But thank y'all so much for tuning in this episode. This will be released because technically today is Saturday, so episode 2 should be being released today. And by the time I get this video out and edited, it'll be the next Saturday. Let me see what date that will be. Well, y'all gonna know because y'all gonna be watching this at the time it get posted. But today is the 29th, and this one drops February the 5th. So, you know, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Way more to come. It's your boy DJ Fats. Please excuse my ignorance. Chill!